So you can really post this to the other groups. What technology is good? Okay. Are we like?
Yes.
Just a moment. 11 to 1, 2 to 4.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I tried to someone. Sorry about that. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So, I want to send this message to the ones who get the rest online so that they can be able to join us. Okay. Don't know online, right? We just have people.
Just one.
Okay. Okay, like I said, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are doing well. This course is an afterthought of the entitled Ideas project we done because after creating the website and doing a lot of other things, we realized that we have the resources, we have technology. We want to create a course that will incorporate all of these technologies and give trainees a better opportunity to the future because most of these technologies are just coming into Nigeria. We don't have a lot of specializations on them. And if you notice, the class is going to be physical practically for those of us that are joining online later. This is a class where we give you practice, you learn, you try, and so on and so forth. So, what are we going to discuss on this course include things like 3D printing. What is 3D printing? A lot of people have been able to do 3D printing but have never done it by themselves. So they have never engaged in 3D printing before. Now, most people are conversant with printing. Number printing where you print something on a sheet of paper. And that is fine. But when you talk about 3D printing, they ask you what is it? What does it look like? Now, these are samples of 3D printed items. Like this dog, the cats, the letters, the cup, and in the cup we have many alphabets that spells Cosmopolitan University. Now, apart from that, we have the cats. These are one of our early models of 3D printing. We have this snowman capsule, what they call it. So this allows you to print things that on a good day, you need to order them from abroad. For instance, we are buying cars that are we're buying cars in 2023, 2024, buying cars in 2025, and so on and so forth. Most of these things comes with certain equipment that are very tiny but yet expensive. And if they get bad, it will be very difficult for you to get them in Nigeria, meaning that you have to order for them from abroad. Now, ordering from abroad means that you have to spend one, a lot of money. Two, you have to wait for a long time to get that resources down to Nigeria. Now, 3D printing, what that can translate to is you can move to print that item and then take it and install it on the vehicle that you're going to install it on. And this is just a simple use case scenario. There are many things you can print, like this, like this, and many more. And then many more. So because it's one of the things you'll be learning is how to do printing itself. You can get models online, but how to do printing. So we're going to show you that. Another thing we discuss in this course is the drone technology. How do you use a drone? How do you fly a drone? What are the things you need to know? How do you go about knowing the rules and regulations, the do's and don'ts, uh, how you're going to put the drone up before you even start talking about flying it, how to add the battery, how to power the battery, how to start the controller, how to power the controller. You're going to learn about the weather. When should we fly a drone? You're going to learn all those in this course. So that is why I kept emphasizing on the fact that this course is supposed to be core hands-on practical. Now, those that came in earlier have tested, have done a bit of testing. We'll call it testing. Madam? Test. Is it testing or like when you test a soup or something? So it's test. Use hands to test. Yeah, so they have tested and they are able to fly the drone up and bring it down. We went around and we saw a lot of 3D models of some of the equipment we have here in Cosmopolitan. From me looking at it, you know that there is a future in 3D printing in Nigeria because we can print a lot of things using these technologies. And even this propeller, if you have a good listing, I think it's something you can try and print. Okay. Now, we have two phantom drones. We have a lot of smaller type of drones, and we can be able to show you how to work with them, how to change some of the features, and so on and so forth. Another thing we are going to learn in this course will include things like computing cluster. Now, what is a computing cluster? Anyone? We explained this morning. Computing cluster. So what is it?
See, but when you have a master computer, trying to integrate it into simple computers to execute some work operations back to the master computer.
And the master computer gives you the output, right? So in a supercomputing cluster, what you have is you have like 1,000 computers all connected through switches and the fiber cables or Cat5 cables, and then you program them such that you give tasks to one, and that one give tasks to other computers there. And then once down finish solving the problem, they return back to the master and tell the master that we are done with this problem and we want to go about solving more problems. Now, this is interesting because I don't think in Nigeria we have universities that are doing this at the moment. That's why we can't treat it as an emerging technology. Because what this will translate to is to reach a state whereby if you have a flood, you can use drone and then map it to the software, to map it to the computing cluster for it to be scanning and calculating to see if there are people that are stuck or people that need help during flood, like what we used to have in Lokoja here when it rains. When they release their dam from what's the name of this country? Cameroon. Where it's on rooftops. Now it's very, very difficult for people to start going around trying to bring them to safety. Because most of the times people don't even know where they are. But if you have a drone, then you return the job and then you come with it. You are just so we limit the groups because the people are not much. Yeah, so we just finished around 1. So now we're doing emerging technologies. So if you want, you can just hang around, maybe something that pique your interest and learn on the things. Okay, so you can have a seat. Okay, so where was I?
Talking about flood and
We talked about flood. Now, give her the word. It seems you guys are paying attention. It seems you guys are paying attention.
yeah, it's interesting.
But I'm not seeing the attention in my pocket.
In due time.
Yeah?
In due time, it will come.
You see, when you pay attention, then somebody has to put that attention in his pocket, because you are paying. There was someone who said, I'm so broke, I can't even pay attention. Right? So, there are other use cases. There are other use cases we can use with many technologies. In Nigeria today, we found things. Yes, sir? Okay. Engineering group C, we merge, usually when we have a low number of students coming in, we merge group A, we tell group C to merge with group A or B. That way you can be able to either attend group A or you attend group B. Anyone you select is fine. Now, as of right now, we don't have group C because the number of students is very, very low. It's only 5 of you that are here right now. So we collapse group C. Okay? Now, we are doing emerging technologies. It's one of the courses we are taking for the Ideas project. And I think it will be interesting for you to be part of this for now. So from next week, you either come in the morning around 9 or around 11. You select the one you want, and then, or we will move you to the morning session so that you attend the one that you're supposed to attend. I think apart from the 5 of you, so far, that number we have. Now, where was I again?
About the flood.
Flood use case.
No,
Okay, you now.
I don't pay attention anymore.
I am.
You're chatting with the people that bring you food.
No.
Okay. Now, like I was saying, in Nigeria today, we find ourselves in a situation whereby you will see in our villages people farming maybe corn, maybe millet. But in reality, that piece of land, if it's used to farm something else, it will yield more results. because we don't have the facility to analyze the plant and analyze the soil properly, we keep putting things that will not yield a good result. So now, one of the things we are working on is we have our bigger tool, the National Custom Service, that when we bring it in, we'll be looking some paperwork and we receive it, and we're working on getting it back. What that drone can do is it can analyze what is flying, it can analyze the type of grass that is there. Is it doing well? Is it not doing well? It can analyze the soil itself. And it can propose to farmers, instead of farming a yam with this piece of land, try farming the corn on this piece of land. So now you've been learning how to fly these drones. And mind you, we've reached a stage whereby we are starting to see things in the world where you see drones doing distributed fertilizer. I think most of you on TikTok have seen that. Now, do we have drone pilots in Nigeria? How many do we have? How much farmland do we have in the country? So in this course, in this particular technology, we will show you how you're going to fly a drone. We will show you how you're going to configure it. We will show you how you can go about flying it during any season. How do you check the weather? Because sometimes if you don't check the weather and you come out, you see the day as clear as it is right now, and then the next 2 minutes, out of nowhere, cloud will just come and cover and start raining. And sometimes you don't see the sun outside and it should start raining. So now, if that happens, what happens to your drone? Exactly. It falls down, and these are expensive tools. So now you need to learn how to view the weather and analyze it and come up with possibility that, okay, if I can go out today, there's possibility that it will not rain. And then you go out and you try to run your mission, okay? We will explain to you how you're going to go about being the mission chief and being welcome. Yeah, here for?
No, I'm saying that is quite so long.
Okay, you're here for it?
For the training upstairs.
Ah, okay. Okay. So we're running two trainings here. There is maps and there is ideas. This one is ideas. Now, if you need another chair, we can give you a better chair because that one is not very comfortable. Let me just.
Sir?
This was a These ones are a little more comfortable to sit on. So you're going to learn all of these things. And most of these things, they are working, you will not start working with them until the next 3-4 years. Some of them you start immediately. Like 3D printing, you can start immediately. Like flying drone until we start using drones on our farms. Or until we start using drones to fight battles. And then the Ministry of Defense will say we need drones by drone pilots. Do you have who has drone pilot certificates? And then only 30 people applies. So that is the number of people that have drone pilot to the standard that they're looking for. And you happen to be one of them. Do you think they will hire you or not? They will. I don't know if it makes sense. And these technologies, it's not everywhere you fly them. So now, this course will tell you, where can you fly a drone? If you take it to Villa and fly, what happens?
Bring it down.
Why would they bring it down? It's a threat. If they only bring it down, you should handle. They put your hand up and take it to this thing, free of charge. To their station, free of charge. I mean, you pay for fuel. When they arrest somebody and put him inside their van, it's free of charge. And so that is it. So you don't fly through that. This is when you're not supposed to fly through. If you take it to airports now and decide to fly it, what do you think will happen? They bring it down for you. If you try to take it to this Ministry of Defense office and try to fly it, NPC. I don't know if you understand. Or Nigerian Customs Service or Nigerian Immigration Service. They bring it down because there isn't maybe someone that is trying to spy on them, right? So these are some of the things you're going to learn. How do you even add the battery? How do you on the battery? How do you put up the controller? How do you many how to use? But this is the emerging technology. Software engineering, you're going to learn how to code. You're going to learn how to develop software. You're going to learn how to deploy software. You're going to learn how to do a lot of things that are related to software engineering. Okay? Today what happens today was an introduction to what? To all that. Okay? You learn how to code. The coding part is the most important part because if you know how to code, then there is possibility that you can start to think of ideas that you can build. And once you build an idea, and it goes viral, you don't become Mark Zuckerberg. What is that his name? Nigerian Mark something. Why is that most rich people have weird names? No, seriously, think about it. Elon Musk. It's just weird. Most of the rich men, Jeff Bezos. Like, their names are weird, sort of. All right. Apart from that, we said we're going to look at 3D printing. Now, can you see this? Can you see this? Can you look at the screen up there? What are you looking at?
It's Sam.
Is it the same?
Yes.
Yes, it's
So that's the 3D model. This is a 3D printout. Okay? So it's not like when you print paper with printer that we're used to and print your CV. You don't use 3D printer to print your CV. Okay? Use it to print what? Models like this. Like this. Like this. You can come and touch it and see this. You can come and look at it. Like the cups. Okay? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
No, feel free. It's an open this thing. Okay? This is a 3D cup.
Very nice.
So now, how do you print it? It's what you're going to learn. Now, you know, I keep telling my trainees this particular story that I never appreciate cartoons, especially 3D cartoons like Hotel Transylvania, like 3D cartoons. You know that one? I know of Hotel Transylvania. I know of Garfield. Another one. I never appreciated them until we did a course called 3D modeling animation. My worst nightmare. As in, when you're looking at the model, this will start from a box. The initial part of this was a box. And then from that box, you keep modeling until you have this. You look at the character, you look at things like this, it starts from the box, and then you keep modeling and squeezing and modeling until you have this. Now, that process of modeling and squeezing and modeling, my God. And then you start to look at things like game design. And then you wonder how long will it take them, the developers of the game, to actually create the field. Because I have seen some of the guys that do game development, what else in school. And putting characters on the field, those characters that used to when you're playing games, you see those side characters, right? Nightmare. But the money it eats is mad. And that is why I find it weird. I find it weird, specifically for some women, that they are not into such kind of technologies. Game design, 3D modeling, programming. Because if your husband says you must not work, you must not go out and work. Why must stay at home and work? I'm sure, if you have someone comes to the wife and someone says, well, I don't have money, I have been thinking, and then the wife says, don't give me your account number, and she slapped 300,000. What do you think will happen? What are you doing? I said, no, I'm working from home. Like, this laptop that you bought for me, that when we were doing courtship, you were still doing love. You bought me this laptop. Now I'm putting it to use. Right now, I have some money that I used to pay students to fees. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just coding for a company online. That is it. They pay in dollars. How much is dollar right now?
17.
1,700.
1745.
So, bam. $300 is around 500,000, 110,000. $300, what's 300? And then they're paying you maybe $30 per hour. And you're doing maybe 5 hours a day, 3 hours a day. Maybe you have 3 working days. Each day you have 3 hours. How much is that? You calculate, you're in Nigeria, you're not paying taxes. You're paying taxes, but you're not paying the US taxes and the rest. So you get to me, also be saying, that my wife, she's doing Yahoo online. But the good type of Yahoo where she works and earns. But then, instead of that, you see our mothers and our sisters, they will spend the whole day gossiping about how point A and point B did not match. And at the end of the day, what is the gain in that time? Total waste of time. Stop. Now, like I was saying, there are a lot of things you learn on this. I think this would be a month on the phones alone. 3D printing will take you a month. How to set up the printer, how to start the printing, when the printing is completed, what happens, where do you get the models from? There are models you have to buy if you want to buy them, or if you have a business. So let's assume this is an object in a car that gets bad, maybe in the air conditioning units. And the person that wants this thing, this is in a Toyota Land Cruiser 2025, and it gets bad. For you to ship this thing, you have to pay around $500, $600. Which is how much now? A cool million. A cool million. And then we tell you we can print this. The only issue is we don't have the model. And then someone online can produce the model for us and charge us maybe $200. Do you think it's a fair deal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They prefer you to buy online. Then how much will it cost for us to print it here?
So now you have to chip into a lot of factors, like what? Like the filament needs to be printed itself. How much does it cost? What quantity are you going to use? You need to factor in the power that you're consuming because it uses electricity. And last time I checked, everybody in Nigeria is on band A. So you have to factor all those things in. And maybe you're not the only staff working there. So most salaries will come out from the works that everybody has done. So now you have to factor all those things. That is why sometimes you go to a shop, a supermarket, and then you go to buy milk, and they tell you it's 1,500. And then you go outside to a kiosk, and you ask them, I want to buy milk, he tells you it's 1,000. And then you start to wonder, why is this big shop charging me 1,500, right? But the guy in the kiosk is not paying rent. They have to factor in rent. He's not using NEPA. Because they have to answer condition. If not, if you come out, if you go to, what's this place called? Give me this name. ShopRite, or Sam's Stores, or Market Square. And there's no AC there. And you're sweating, and you're trying to shop. You don't go back there. Abi? Why? But you don't have to pay to charge you the same thing as the one I said in the kiosk. It's not going to be possible, right? So let me digress a bit and come back to that. So there is a lot of business rules you can use 3D printing for. So now this is a month on its own. Then we talk about computing cluster. Where's our melody? Okay. I would have wanted to bring the Raspberry Pis. So computing cluster, like she explained earlier, is like a solution whereby you have a master and you have workers. Hmm? Let's look at it that way. Let's say you have a block industry, a block factory. Hmm? And all the staff in the block factory, they are all on the same level. None of them is the without the other. Now, do you think you'll be productive?
No.
Why? Because there's no to tell them if we're all on the same level and you tell me, Mr. Hayat, go and do this, I'll tell you I won't do it. Now you employ me. Why you go do it? Have you? When fights burst or argument burst, nobody will tell anybody to stop because they're all on the same level. But then if there is a boss, what happens?
To control the
The
others.
boss takes the responsibility of making things go all right. Okay? So now, in a computing cluster, you can have a boss, and then the boss have like their subordinates, and the subordinates have their own subordinates, and like that, until you reach to a number you're looking for. Now, on a single cluster, you can have up to 1,000 computers. All of them working together, solving one or two problems. And that problem is divided into smaller chunks and spread down, like when you turn a tree upside down. And then you have the root at the top, and then it's spread down. Or like a family tree, where you have the father, the mother, and then the children, and then the grandchildren, and then like that. So these are some of the things you'll be learning in this particular course, not for software engineering. Like I said, software engineering, you're doing totally something different. Okay? But for this particular course, these are some of the things you will be learning. Now, how do you configure the cluster? How do you network the cluster? You are learning that in this particular class. How do you send instructions to the master? How does the master distribute the task to the clients? We're going to learn all those in this class. Are we together? All right. Does anyone have any questions so far? If you have
About the drone,
yeah.
is there a kind of drone that is basically airborne all the time that you control from a controlling unit? Is it the same with this kind of drone, or it's not?
You see, since we started playing with nuclear, anything is possible. Right now, we have submarines that stays below water level for a very long time, sometimes months. The only surface to flow to pack food and go back in. Maybe they run out of supplies. They pack supplies and they go back underwater and they live there for months. Now, imagine if you have a drone that is fueled by nuclear. Does it need to come down? No, it will continue flying and checking whatever is going on until it runs out of juice and then it comes down for the fuel. Because with nuclear, you can go 25 years straight, I think. The last one that I have not discussed with any of the other group, I think, is virtual reality. VR. For emerging technologies, we will show you how we go about using the VR. Or Oculus, is it Oculus they call them?
Yes.
Oculus, right? Okay. So look at the possibility of training our trainees on how to use these devices. Now, like I said previously, how many institutions do you think you can go to and get this type of knowledge in Nigeria today?
Very cheap.
No, feel free to talk. Like, this is an open class, so. Hmm? None? Are you sure?
Except you have one.
Not even the APUs? I'm going to go to class because of the air conditioning there. So that we have, like, yeah. But then, I think it's still not as bad, the weather. Oh, is it hot? Okay, because in the lab, we have cooling, proper cooling. So it's just not things you do. Now, like I keep telling our trainees that my advice to anyone that is living within Abuja, come physical. Come physical is the best that you will do for yourself, because by the time you are physical, you will see these things, you will touch them. When you came in earlier, we allowed you to what? To fly the drone up and bring it down, right? We showed you how you're going to power it on, power it off, how it rotates, take it up, bring it down, how do you even after you've on it, how do you start it for it to pick up? Yeah.
For those that feel virtual, they can charge it to physical?
Yes.
Okay.
So for trainees that registered virtual and wants to come physically, they are more than welcome to. Okay? They are more than welcome to. Right now, we are working on getting your ID card portal up and running, where you'll be able to print your ID card, because one of the complaints we've received so far is, where can I get my admission number? Where can I get my registration number? Now, what we'll be giving you is not the conventional number that we send to your emails. We're going to give you the NPTE number, where it will state where you go, which center, and so on and so forth. So when we ask for your admission number for attendance, then you provide us with that, and then we can be able to move on regularly. Any other question? Any other question?
Okay, one last one. The drones, do they come in sizes or they are just stipulated models? Because
No,
you
they
talked
come in
about
sizes.
delivering fertilizers. I've seen one for fumigation as well.
They come in different sizes. Now, what is even the UVA? UVA is the new
Unmanned area vehicle.
unmanned area vehicle. Now, in Nigeria, when you hear vehicle, what comes to your mind? When you hear the word vehicle, what comes to your mind?
Cars,
Four-wheel drive cars, right? Maybe a Toyota Camry, like madam that is driving the Tesla, and the chairman here that is driving the Benzo and the rest. So, with drones, we have different sizes. Okay? We have different sizes and for different purposes. Okay? We have drones that can take package from one place to another. In the US, Amazon delivers their packages through what? Through drones. How do they do it? How does that do it that it doesn't collide with other things on their way there? Most drones have obstacle detection. They have what? Obstacle detection. They detect if there's an obstacle around, and they tell you that there's an obstacle around. And then, if let's assume Amazon is in Nigeria today and they're using drone and we are bottling things left, right, and center, then who is controlling these drones? Is it somebody? Is it a computer that is doing it? So what's the answer to that? Can somebody help us check ChatGPT and that's what we know? What controls Amazon services drone? Is it a computer or a human?
well, it's computers.
Is it a computer?
Computer and human.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, computer and
Check and
human.
confirm.
Okay.
They are just programming it and
Right now in China, there is a port that requires no human activity. Everything there is drone. It's drones and vehicular automated services. Is it possible for us to get in Nigeria? Not with our attitude. Not with our attitude. Because it's only in Nigeria where you see a situation where the government is trying to give someone the skills to bring him out of poverty, and the person is sitting at home and saying, government is not working. Right? Government is not working. But then when government do the work that you are expected to do your own part, say, food not expensive. No healthcare service. Yes, sir. Now?
Message is sent that number.
Go back, sir. Kasun number, sir. Kasun number. Okay, so what are we?
You were talking about government giving opportunity for people to learn and
People are not using it. So now let's assume based on what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to train 1,000 people, and we open our doors to more than 1,000 people if possible. Let's assume we train 10,000 youths in this field of emerging technology, software development, digital marketing, and so on and so forth. This assumption, just assumption. And this 10,000 youths gets a job maybe online. And they are paid $30 per month per hour, or $25 per hour. And you do, let's say, 6 hours or 5 hours a day. Can somebody must calculate? Somebody please help us press calculator. $180 per day. And then you're doing it for a week.
Yes, times 5.
Times 5.
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday is times 5. But let's say you don't want to have a life. $900. Now let's assume they take the government and the US government and whatever they take maybe 20% of that amount, or 30%, or 40%. Divide by 100 times 40, wow?
Yeah.
360.
That's 360 times 1.
that's 540.
540 times 1,700.
That's 918,000.
980,000. Tell me which organization will hire and pay 900,000? Anyone?
A week. Not a month.
I'm sorry, a week.
Times 4.
That's 3 points.
You just I don't believe this will change from life. I'm just kidding. most folks, we're not doing it for the money per se, we're doing it for the impact that we have on other people's lives.
After the program, or
So that's still in the discussion is with CPL members. They have sent us their give payments in that regard. Right now, we're still at the discussion phase of how it's going to be. Is it after the training or it's after the distribution of, because there's internship. There's internship where you give letter of internship, and then you go to an organization and intern there for 3 months. Okay? You learn how to work for 3 months. Now, funny enough, my lecture my professional life started as an intern. That is the funny part of this story, because I was still at school doing nothing. I made fun of one of my acquaintances. We met in Malaysia back then. They came from Singapore, they spent the night in my house, and we met in Abuja here. And he asked me, what are you doing right now? I said, I finished my master's, I finished my NYSC. Sorry, I finished my BSc, I finished my NYSC, I'm about to go for master's. So for now, I'm not doing anything at all. He said, why not just come and intern for me? I said, okay, cool. I went to this, and I started doing internship there. I was supposed to model the university, 3D model, like this, for them, and do a virtual reality sort of the video virtual reality of the university where you are, where you can go to offices and so on and so forth. I've gone for but my major problem was that I'm horrible with colors. Like any other guy. Because right now you pick a green color and you show it to a lady. So what color is this? Tell me it's tinge.
Sea green.
Eh?
Or sea green.
Or sea green. Or green green.
Or dark green.
Right? But then for a guy, as far as you're concerned, it's green.
Yes.
Irrespective of the shade.
That black or light.
Bam! You finish the sentence. If you ask somebody now, which color is this? They tell you milk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
and that is it. And then somebody is going to tell you, no, this is
Cream.
Green. White.
you see. So I'm very good colors. But one thing I'm good at is logic. Logic. If it's a software development, it has to do with logics. It's my specialty. I enjoy logics. And he said, Hayat, you're horrible with modeling and colorations. Can you develop me a portal where students can view their results? I said, why not? He said, and go and do it. Few hours later, I'm back. I'm done.
You are this one.
Yes. What do I need? I just need where to do the logic page and where the student can see the results. So in a matter of hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours, I was done. He said, to let's add where students can register their courses. Let's add before it is going on, a year went by and we have a portal. Let's do for staff too. Where staff can do this, where staff can do that. Before you know, we have an enterprise management system. And then since then, I have not done multimedia anymore. Because my course was software engineering and multimedia. So I did software engineering and left multimedia on one side. And since then, I've never looked back to multimedia until now. That we're doing this in this university. So if you intern in a place, try to show where you are good at. Okay? Try to show what you are good at. Try to create something that does not exist there. When I was doing my NYC, I did my NYC in National Headquarters Abuja here, Metama. And most of the directors that I worked with, I never lacked money then. I was very, very comfortable money-wise because directors keep giving me 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 3,000, nothing like that. Because they give me a job to do, and the next morning I deliver. When I was about finishing, they told me, "Will you want to work here?" I said, "Why? I want to work for my masters." But then by the time you come back, you have left this place because we are director level. We're almost retiring. So I'm not interested in working at the NYC headquarters. I mean, I've received many questions if I want to work there because they see the value in what I'm doing. So if you're doing internship, I only send you to go and buy granuts. No, I'm being honest. Some interns that only need go and buy granuts, go and buy chin-chin, go and bring us clean water. And the funniest one is you left your university, go and learn how to work, and then they tell you go and attend that class. And then they give you Coursera and ask you to learn Coursera. You don't learn how to work. Because Coursera will not tell you how to write internal name. They don't teach you how to cost things. They don't teach you how to negotiate. These are things you need to learn in your working environment. But there's need to work balance. And some interns are very good for the internship. My boss doesn't even care if I come. You're not doing internship for your boss, it's for yourself. I don't know if I'm making sense. So that is some of the things that will be guiding you through, putting you through And at the end of the training, as a whole, there will be idea pitching. If you have an idea that you've been developing, you can come and pitch it. We're going to face professionals from the industry. Just now, we have one of the professionals from the industry from India. Some of our leaders got some gifts that they will cherish. This is the first time you're coming here, and she got a gift. This is the first time you're coming here. He got a gift. I'm doing it to my staff, so they have been getting gifts. But what does that tell you? That this place is growing and it's growing fast. And when we call on people, they come. When we call on Indians, they come. When we call on people, they come. So please, if you have an idea, bring it out, we'll support you, and we'll put you through to achieve it. Okay? Don't just go to school for going to school sake. And that is one mistake that I've seen many people doing, especially in Nigeria. You go to school because you want to get a degree. That is it. What is your grade? All my papers. I don't pass, I don't pass. No, you never pass. You get D. Go back over. Like, I don't pass. With a D, it's better you kill the course. Trust me, it's better you kill the course. So you are here to learn how to do. And if you are waiting for the lecturers to teach you everything, you're on a long team. No lecturer knows everything. That is why you have lecturers separate for introduction to computing, you have another lecturer for discrete mathematics, you have another lecturer for this and that. Have you, those of you that have done university, you have those lecturers teaching all the courses? No. So you need to go out there and learn. Myself, I learned programming not in class. I learned programming outside of class. I worked as a programmer for 7 years. Day in, day out, that's what I'm doing. It's used to stage whereby I memorize my keyboard. If I'm typing, I made a mistake, I know I made a mistake. Even without looking at the screen, I know. I'll just press backspace and continue. My wife is telling me she knows how to do this. She will perfectly plenty. Right? So, please try your best. If you have friends that you think will benefit from this program, invite them. Okay? Invite them. You'll be surprised what this might mean in someone's life. I have had stories of people going for an interview with their friend, and then the friend ended up getting the job. I've heard many stories like that. He wants to go for an interview. He called one of his friends and said, come, let's go now. And then when they reached there, they said, do you have a degree? What is your degree in? He said, in accounting. But we're looking for mechanical engineer. And then the friend said, this is my friend is mechanical engineer now. Okay, study mechanical engineer. And what do you know about this and this and this? And then he explained and said, look your CV. He said the CV. The person that did the MTF connection did not connect to this guy. But God is doing his own connection upstairs. And it's a connection of God that will always enter. I mean, so you'll be surprised that this might be the genesis of something bigger. So please, all I'm trying to say is try to come physically, that is one. 2, when we give you tasks to do them. Even if you don't want to do them, do them. I believe they'll be of benefit to you. Okay? All right. Any other question, guys? I don't want to say forever. Otherwise, I'll keep talking like radio that is using nuclear weapon. Nuclear power.
So, for use of course that for software development.
Yes, sir.
What about attendance?
So, for attendance, we wanted to capture your student IDs, but most of the trainees complain that they do not receive emails with the student ID. Oh, I've seen that complaint all over the place. Because out is my student ID. And then I have to say, what is your email address? So right now we're working on we're working on providing you with a portal where you can be able to generate your student ID. And then for those that want to do course conversion, you can do course conversion but once. If you move from software engineering to medical technology, you cannot move from medical to software engineering. Are we together? Are we together? If you are in physical and you want to come virtual, you don't have a problem with that. But you cannot come back to physical again. Are we together? Are we together? Yes, sir. Good. Now, for those that are virtual and want to come to physical, they can still do it. But our biggest advice is come physical, touch this thing, feel how it feels. Some of you that are virtual now be imagining maybe if you press this thing now, it will go inside and beep, 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 beep. All right? But you're not to touch it. So how do you know? You don't. Unless if somebody decided, let me just touch it and see, and then you press it, touch it, and then you see. And then you realize that, no, if you press it, it doesn't do children's sounds. How does bringing out the battery of this thing feels? If you're not here, you don't know. How do you remove it? If you're not here, you cannot remove it. How do you power it on? If you're not here, you cannot do it. How do you fly the smaller drones? How do you fly the bigger ones? And so on and so forth. One of the exercises we'll be doing, I think, we'll be printing a big start and end poster. And then each person will come and fly the drone from somewhere around. Can we go outside here? We do a bit of distance, maybe from somewhere from here to the outside of this place. But outside for the school. And then we fly it out and see, and we match this on that. It's possible. We are learning. Okay? We have to test you and make sure that you learn it well. Are we together? All right. Thank you. Any other question, guys?
We're going to have a trial section.
Today we've had a lot of trial sessions. A lot of it. I think you've run one with Zachary. Yes. And then you've run one with me. So I think we'll hold on to the sessions for today so that we can do better in the next class. Any other question, guys? Yes.
Is it possible to create something big?
You want to create something
Big.
like what?
Say,
You can. So right now, if you create something like this, and then you add maybe a small list and another small one, and then you create a longer version of this, put it in between, and add tires to this, it becomes a toy. Right? I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes.
So you can actually, it depends on what you want to do. Right now, we're trying to build a wind turbine. Let me see if I can bring it up. This is Professor Rabiu's handwork. All the things you are seeing is the handwork of Professor Rabiu. I think he's the one that taught the other class. So now it's happening like this. Okay? It's something like this. So now, if we have something that can go into this, then we can be able to capture something out of this and maybe convert it into electricity or something. Okay, we have another type of turbine like this. So all these are 3D models of projects that we can do. Okay, but We need you to come up with your own ideas. What can you do? What can you do? That's the question. Forget Baba Tinubu up there. Baba Tinubu is old, and most of us are old. And most of us will be passing on the mantle of fixing Nigeria and putting Nigeria into the limelight. We're passing that torch to you guys. What can you do in this question? So very soon we'll be inviting you guys for something called there's an orientation of a month. Flag off. We'll invite you a flag off. We'll come over. The guys that are sponsoring the project will see you physically, that yes, you actually exist. So I do not think we're doing ghosts. And we will have a session with all of you. They might ask you questions. Maybe what have you learned so far? That is why we keep asking you on the attendance sheet, what have you learned? What have you learned today? So that they can be able to assess if we're doing the right thing or we're not doing the right thing. Very soon we'll be sending in a survey of what you think we can do better. Because if you're not comfortable, then we need to find ways to make you learn better. Are we together? So we're sending in that survey. You select your course, you rate your facilitators. If there is need for us to make improvement, we try as much as possible to make that improvement. And if there is way for us to disseminate information or anything, let us know, and then we look at the possibility. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm tired of talking a bit, though my battery is not low. If you have any other question, please feel free to ask. If there is no other question, then I think we'll call it a day. Okay. Hannatu, can you give us attendance? Yes. She came around 11 and she has been here since. So we've gone through a lot with them. I think with you, right?
That was supposed to be for 11.
It was supposed to be 11, but we moved it to 2 so that people can join and we will not